Okay, I didn't fall down, so maybe I can do this. I mentioned in that video, homeless. California's real big on either doing something for or to the homeless. Now, you have a lot of people that say you need to help the homeless. You got families out there with children and people in a tough spot, maybe lost a job, that just ended up on the streets. And they don't want to stay there, they're just there. Okay, that's a fact. So then you also have people that are mentally ill. I look at my cousin I take care of, he's got the dementia going on. He could easily be homeless. Had left, hit the road or whatever. And so you've got those that have mental illness. Then you got those that are on the drugs, drug addicted, messed up, kind of can't control what they got going on, but they're a wreck. I see a lot of the dementia and the drug type every day. Then you have this other group that are basically hobos. And I hate to offend hobos with necessarily these people. I think hobos have a little better going on, but these are people that chose to live a homeless lifestyle. And they believe our population here, I'm in Fresno County, 75% of the homeless people that you see are hobos. These are people that choose to do this. They don't want your services. They don't want your lifestyle. Okay. A lot of these are panhandlers. We've got panhandlers coming out of our ears. And so you got the panhandlers, the hobos, kind of the same group. I gotta fix this one. And then you got those people that are economically in need, got in a jam, and those people usually don't want to stay homeless. Then you've got your, crazy and the drug addicted, alcoholics, this and that. They're not the same. So you have one group that, hey, we need to do stuff, we need to provide services for these homeless, because you got men and women and children out there that need this help. You can't, they want help. And like I said, that's true, that's a fact. But then you have the other 75% of that population that are hobos. They're just basically a pain in the ass. So if I'm fighting, let's say there's a restrictive homeless kind of rule coming down, law being passed, and I'm the guy trying to help the women and children, I'm going to fight that law. Whereas the other guy, who's got these hobos defecating in his front yard and taking apart his plumbing so they can shower in the back of his house. Crazy stuff they do here, just crazy. Or maybe they built a little shelter of trash and junk and garbage in the alley behind your house, which is very common. Matter of fact, if I have time on my way into town, I'll take pictures of half a dozen of those places. But anyhow, that guy, he wants this homeless law, this restriction to come around. But they're talking about two different things. You can't even have a debate. You can't even discuss this thing until those two parties decide, hey, we're talking about two different people, two different behaviors. Entirely different. You got a mother who maybe she has 3 kids, had a shaky husband, he splits or gets thrown into jail or something, or runs off. She has no money, she gets booted out, she's living in her car. And she has no skills other than making kids. Well, she'd much rather not be homeless. And there's programs for these people. And so there's that's different than the hobo, the panhandler. And so a councilman here has put together a law. It's getting some flack, but it's also getting a lot of support, that really addresses this. And they're calling it, people that are protesting it are saying, this, you're criminalizing homelessness. And if you look at the way it's drawn up, because no, we're not. We're criminalizing a behavior. What they're doing now is they're going to these camps that people put together, living in trash in your backyard and everything, behind your house. And The cops arrest him, but it's not really, no, they're arresting him. They say, listen, you're trespassing and all this crap everywhere, or you've done this, you've done that. We're giving you an option here. We're going to take you to many, because they have plenty of services here. We're going to take you to this program, or to this program, or to the rescue, or to the mission, or we're taking you downtown to lockup for 48 hours. And the idea is to reach those people that actually want help, to get a hold of that woman with the kids living in her car and get her dialed in with one of the many programs that we have. She'll go for it. You'd think instead of being in jail and her kids being locked up with CPS and all this stuff, she's going to go for that program. Maybe she didn't know it was available. But the panhandler, the hobo, he's not going to want any part of this. So what's going to happen now is every time he's out there applying his trade, he's going to get locked up for 48 hours. Because he's not going to want any help. He doesn't want any program. This system works for him, being homeless, being a hobo. And so I think finally, this councilman's doing a pretty good thing if they let him pull it off. I think he gets enough support for it. But the reason I bring up this video, we get lost in the details and the definitions. You look at the left and the right and all this stuff. When someone's talking about, someone on the left, and they talk about immigration, most of them are thinking of the little family that's coming here to do good, whether they're mowing your yard, cleaning the house, or get some other different kind of job. A lot of them are thinking of those people. You know, they actually come here just to better their lives. Okay, and there's a lot of them. Hey. But then the people on the right typically talk about an invasion by illegal aliens. You got your rapists, your dope dealers, your sex traffickers, your human traffickers, you know, crooks, thieves, all the above, which is part of this population. That's what they're complaining about. Well, both groups are right. Both groups have a point. There are a lot of good people that cross that border, but with them comes a lot of bad. And so when you hear these people talk about immigration, oh, you're a racist, or this is not a humanitarian way to do it, they're talking about two separate things. They're both looking to take care of two different people. I don't want the criminal, and they want to save or help the good person. It's two different things. But I never see this when they debate these things. When you got this talking head says, you know, these are good people and they help. You know, they're part of America, which now they are. They're talking about that group they want to help, but they're never talking about the group that comes in and, you know, the rape and pillage. But until you could get them, and you can't even get them to. You can't even get them to talk about that. They'll really talk about well, you know, occasionally there's a bad thing that happens. No way, all the time bad things are happening. But the point of the video is just, we're defining two different talking about two different things. Just like the homeless situation. One guy wants to help the lady living in a car with her kids. The other guy wants to stop the hobo from defecating in his front yard. So he ended up calling them both homeless. They need to get more detailed in the description. You know, that's why if you have, yeah, I think you get my point. Anyhow, love you, God bless.